about me assembling a 3D printer. I finally made the move. I wanted to get one. I got one. It can print up to 300 by 300 by 400 millimeters. It's a very popular model. It's a Creality 10, I believe it's called. It's got the upgrade on it. It's a 2018 model. I'm going to be assembling it, trying to keep track of the time, and hopefully be able to show you a print. So let's get started. You're actually seeing what I'm seeing for the first time. I'm unpackaging it from the box. A booklet of instructions. A filament detection function instruction. That's the guidebook. This is the hotbed or the heat plate with the base. Creality 10. And this is, I'm assuming, a box of parts. This must be the power supply. I'm not sure if it's the upgraded one or not yet. I'll know later on. And it seems to me that the gantry is in here with the nozzle. And inside the box of parts, we got pieces of wood. I've got the laser option with this one, so that must be for a test try with the laser. This was supposed to be blue. It's the trim that goes around the model or the printer, but they didn't have any, so they sent me black. There's a pair of glasses for the laser, eye protection, a scraper for removing the parts, power supply cord. Not sure yet. I think it's to hold the PLA filaments, or the stuff that gets melted down for the print. Some warning stickers in Chinese. A toolkit, parts, straps, Allen keys, side cutters, small wrenches, screwdriver. This is used to hold, I think it goes like this, and you put in your filament. This is the nozzle, the print nozzle, with a screw bundle. Not sure what goes where. This is the laser option. This is a laser with the cord. There's a little fan on top to keep it cool. It's for engraving purposes. I'm not sure what material it can engrave other than wood. Not sure yet. Probably do cardboards and some plastics, but this might be the switch. It's a limiting switch. I can tell because if you press that, it tells the equipment that something just happened. It's at its extremities. This is the extra bundle that comes with it, with the upgrades, the bearings. I think this is the nozzle. It's a cooled nozzle. There's some pliers in there and whatnot. I'm not sure what this is for. Might be something to read temperature on the bed, to keep a steady temperature on the bed, on the heating bed. This is probably what a conduit for the material to flow through so it doesn't bind up anywhere during the print when you're printing something. This I'm not sure yet. But we'll soon find out. And this is a card, a memory card that you load up on your computer with the information, the G code, and you send it through to your power supply. The machine's not directly connected to the computer. I don't believe so. And what seems to be a USB cord with this type of connector. I don't know if it's firewire or what it is. I'm not sure yet. I'm not familiar with it. But I know this is USB. Okay, so let's get started. Well, it took a lot of doing. It's very well packed in the box. I'm very tight-knit for space right now. I'm sort of in the middle of a messy move. This is where the box of parts was. And this is power supplies really stuffed in there good and tight. It was not going to get damaged on the way over here. There's a switch here. You can put it to 230 volts or you can put it to 115. I don't know if you can see that clearly from over there. There's a little switch on the side. There's a little place for the card reader. And there's the USB port. Since this is like this, I believe the other one, the newer models, is lower down here. I'm not sure yet, but I think it's in a different spot. I'm just going to switch this over now to 115. And, it comes with a harness. And like I said, this is the gantry. It's pre-assembled. Doesn't look like there's anything to do here. Obviously, there's two lead screws on two servo motors. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 servo motors in all on here. Now, I'm not sure why they just didn't use a belt and go from side to side, and they have 2 servo motors. They have to be perfectly tuned for it not to try to come up at an angle. And this is the base. Seems to be fairly straightforward and easy. Hope nothing got short in the floor because of static electricity. Might be easier to stand it up on end. 4 plastic wheels to adjust the bed height. I'm assuming this is the heating plate here. It's held down with some paper clips, and there's this seems to be the wires for the heating element. You can't get them on wrong because there's a channel there, and these connectors seem to actually screw in on each other so they don't come undone during the operation. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bearings on the bottom to keep it steady so it doesn't go from side to side. And there's the servo motor on the back. Well, after a little bit of fiddling, what I did was loosen up one side, and it loosened up the rail just a little bit that I was able to fasten it underneath. Now I've got to retighten these down. There seems to be a plastic piece here to hold the heating plate cord out of the way. I do believe that is a one of the so-called upgrades that were done to this. And if you see here, this is the tube that goes into here. And now there are some more fast. I found the screws. It's where these little fasteners here. The black one. It's just a plastic wrapped around a Phillips screw, and you just finger tighten these down. Now, once you get the spool, you put the spool on here and you fasten it down so it can't go anywhere. So that's that for that. And now they want me to install the black trim around the machine. Just put this aside for now. Bring this over here. The lighting might be slightly not just great for your, so that you can see what I'm doing. I'm trying to give you as much light as possible. This is the trim. As you can see, it's black. I ordered blue, but I ended up with black. And I wasn't going to delay the delivery of the unit just for trim. Trim is purely aesthetics only, so this is just rubber, and I don't know if you can see the profile. This would be the top, and there's a little lip ridge on either side, and it goes into the channel here. You just press it into the channel as such, and that's the decorative molding. I ordered blue and I got black. And with these handy dandy side cutters here, kind of nice, they send you tools with it as well. All I gotta do is insert it into the channel. The blue would have been somewhat like this color, a little darker. Normally, I'm working on the floor right now, but normally I prefer working on a table and have everything on a white piece of paper or something that it's easily to, you can easily see what you got. But like I said, I'm sort of in the middle of see, this is the remove part, and all you do is stick this sheet of paper on there, but it's like a big piece of masking tape, and that could get costly. I think the glue stick option is the best way to go. You just put glue stick on the bed and then let the piece ride. If it's not too hard to clean off that glue stick material, I think that's what I'm going to start doing. So I'm just going to take my little knife here, and I'm going to, I don't know if you can see it on that side. You can see the bearing surface. You see the spacing here, right there in the middle? Well, I've got to cut off the material that was put on there for printing purposes. Hi there. I'm printing a bracket that I'm going to put next to the X-axis servo to hold the wiring with the limit sensor. It seems to be hanging by the limit sensor only, the wire, the whole harness there. So I'm printing a bracket to, it's going to hook on to the that's going to hook on to the steel plate here. Okay, it's going to hook here and come down here and hold this wire assembly here, because right now it's only dangling from one small wire. That's, in the long run, that's going to break the connection somehow. There's the bracket itself printing now. It's been printing for 21 minutes now. I'm hoping that it's under an hour. I put 70% fill in, so it would be strong enough to hold it there. Well, there's the bracket.